Welcome back, my friends, to more Lord of the Rings Online. The last episode was the beginning of a new season here in Eastern Gondor, and I ended up here in Tumladen. I was talking with a bunch of the refugees. So let's go ahead and continue where I left off. Which, I can turn in some quests, or I can go get some Kingsfoil outside of Tumladen. Let me take a look at the map. Where is the Kingsfoil going to be? I'm not seeing it marked on the map. I'm not really seeing it. I might put this in the tracker. Looks like it's to the south of the city. Ideally, I would go get that before I turn everything in, but if I pass along any quest givers along the way, I'll just turn it in. Like right here, for example.
This darkness is a weight on my mind.
I share their concerns, my friend. These are uncertain times, and the fate of many may be decided by the actions of a few. It saddens me that their curiosity about the Battle of Pelargir must go unanswered for the moment, but the Rangers have bidden me to keep my silence. Let us hope that Lord Angbor and Aragorn can reach Minas Tirith in time to repel the enemy. Alright, so done with that quest. Looks like I'm gonna go out south here. And as a gentle reminder for all you guys, well, actually, let me talk to this guy first.
You have done good work here.
I suspected that we would find these havens full of refugees from the White City, which means that the war will soon be joined if it has not already begun. 4,000 swords travel slowly, but when they arrive, they will make all their points with sharp arguments. We must make sure their path is free of obstruction. There is a good place to cross the river Erui to the south, but it is held by the Haradrim. Let us go to the crossings and defeat the Southrons so my army can pass. Any Haradrim in Upper Lebanon pose a threat to the crossing and they must be stopped.
4,000 swords travel slowly.
Alright, so he's basically just repeating some of the things there. Alright, let me collect some Kingsfoil. And as I was about to say, as a gentle reminder, I'd really appreciate it if you guys subscribe to the channel. Also, join the Discord server and follow me on Twitter. All the links are in the description. That's my agreement with you guys. If it's your first time watching my video, welcome in. Have a great time. If this is like the second, third, fourth video you're watching, you should be subscribed by now. Come on, it's the agreement. I work hard. You subscribe. My videos get promoted on YouTube. More people join the channel. I get motivated to keep improving the quality, recording more games. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. Trying to hit 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I think it's a tight goal, but definitely doable with your help, of course. Need to get 6 more of these things. Poplar branches. Man, I didn't even... Sometimes I forget that I'm a woodcutter or a woodworker. Might as well chop some branches along the way, why not? It's gotta be valuable, right? Haven't really been participating in the economy of the game much at all. I think in most MMOs, and this one included, the economy really doesn't play a big role until you get to endgame. Most people around my level, you know, you're just going through the content, you're trying to get to the endgame, and then once you're there, then you start worrying about optimizing your character, getting the best gear, everything like that. So that's probably why I haven't participated so much. These are pretty well scattered, I must say. There are plenty along the road, though, which is nice. So I don't have to go too deep into the woods here. This should be the last one. I remember all the way back in Arquette, there was a quest to collect like 4 Kingsfoil in some ruins. What was that? Episode 2 or something? Episode 3? Wow. Many years ago. You know what? I have a swift travel, don't I? To Tumladen. Why don't I do that? Make my life a little bit easier.
There's naught but ill omens these days.
Thank you, my friend. Although I am certain it was a simple task, you can understand my hesitation to leave my father's side with him in such health. My father still needs the aid of a healer, but I hope that these will hasten the recovery.
This darkness is a weight on my mind.
I have never seen Tumladen so filled with people of Gondor. I suppose it should not surprise me, but it is a marvelous sight nonetheless. You have done much for me and my father, Kippen, and I think it is time at last for you to rejoin Lord Angbor and his host. It has been difficult to discern who truly leads the guards here, with so many folk milling about, but perhaps you would do well to speak with whomever does. I have seen many guards patrolling the roads nearby, and I am certain that they can guide you to their captain. Alright, so there's a guy right here. He doesn't look like a leader. Looks like he's patrolling.
These days.
You wish to speak with the captain of the guard? You should seek out Imlardir at the barracks near the entrance of Tumladen. He leads the defense of Tumladen, even in times of peace. It's all the way up near the gatehouse.
What is the meaning of this?
You think I still speak for anyone here? No, that honor was taken from me the moment the steward's sisters arrived. She speaks so surely of what she does not know, and those that seek shelter here will lend their ears to any whose voice boom above the rest. If talk is what you desire, then seek her out in the Great Hall. As for me, I shall keep these people safe from the enemy. So the steward's sister, like Denethor's sister? Or another steward? I didn't know Denethor had a sister. Oh, she's all the way, like, deep in the city. Let me get on the war steed. It's gonna be a long ride. I don't think I've gone all the way in yet. Wow, this place is massive. The scale of Gondor has really surprised me. They really kicked it up a notch from Rohan. Nice. I always love these tapestry banners here. There were a lot of these in Rohan, and there are some here as well. I think they look very nice.
I beg your pardon?
Greetings, Warden. Am I to presume that you travel with Lord Angbor? If he has arrived, I have much to ask him of the war. You informed Lady Tyrannus that you traveled with the Lord of Pelargir and his son, but intend to rejoin Angbor. So, you were at Pelargir then. You have my attention for the moment.
What is the meaning of this?
You must forgive me if I am too direct, but I wish to learn more of the battle at Pelargir. You have traveled here safely and our walls remain unbreached, so I can only assume that you found victory, but I am curious as to how. The Corsairs had many men, certainly many more than could equal, especially after the great mustering at my brother's city. How then did they fail? Was it the valor of a few great men? And most curious of all, why do their ships still sail on the Anduin? Lord Angbor has just arrived, so I am told, so perhaps I shall ask him as well. You tell Lady Tyrannus that both you and Lord Angbor have taken an oath to keep secret the truth of the Battle of Pelargir. Oh, have you now? I offer you a choice, Kippen. Either tell me the truth, convince Lord Angbor to speak of the battle, or I shall have you thrown into a cell for plotting against the people of Gondor. So I need to talk to her talk to Angbor outside of Tumladen. Yeah, let me do the war steed again. It's such a ride to just get from one end of the city to the other. I guess I could go either way here. Go south and then east, or east and then south. Nice. It's good to see you again, Kippen. I trust you followed the boy on his errand? I had a suspicion you would, my friend, for you are a hobbit of honor. Yet, if what you say is true, Aragorn was wise to send me here. The lady has no such power, I assure you. You need not fear imprisonment. You see, I bear a missive on his behalf, meant for the lady's eyes only. The war shall not wait upon her stubbornness, so let us quell her curiosity and continue to the east. Aragorn has told me much of Lady Tyrannus, though she was much younger when last they knew each other. Even then, she had a keen wit about her, and when that failed, a decidedly sharp tongue. You say she noticed the ships as they sailed, as he expected, and he will see that she learns of the fate of Pelargir before her curiosity drives these people into misplaced fervor. The true challenge for her, I suspect, will be keeping such knowledge to herself. As it is with you and I, she too shall be bound by an oath to Aragorn, an oath to a king. We shall go to her in her hall and speak of this when you are ready. Let us be done with this errand, Kippen, for 4,000 men shall not wait upon the meddling of nosy folk, even if they are kin of the steward. A little bit of lag here. Let us ease the lady's curiosity, shall we?
Sent by Aragorn himself, Lord Angbor the Fearless has come to Tumladen, bearing news of the victory at Pelargir for Lady Tyrannus, as well as tidings that might assuage her fears of her brother's fate.
This darkness is a weight on my mind.
There she stands, Kippen. Come, let us be done with this errand. Only for my king do I do this. That's a pretty cool cloak. I have come bearing a missive for your eyes alone, Lady Tyrannus. It should put an end to your curiosity and to your foolish threats against Kippen. There is no need for all this posturing, Angbor. If you will tell me what I wish to know, I shall not stand in your way. Come, both of you, join me by the fire. And some wonder why I chose the life of a warrior, not a diplomat. It is interesting that you have gone so far out of your way to visit Tumladen. Indeed it is, but I would not ignore the command of my captain and my king. You see, the man you once knew as Thorongil has returned to Gondor, and in his wake there is a force unlike any I have ever imagined. Thorongil, it cannot be. He was a man in my youth. Would not he have grown old after so many years? His age is absent in his face, but it is he, Aragorn as he is now known. Only he could have won such a victory at Pelargir. I knew it. I knew victory had been won. You must tell me of it, Angbor. Aragorn has bidden me to tell you all of this. That it will ease your mind and give you hope of the fate of the White City. But you must swear an oath to never speak of these truths, just as Kippen and I have. If Thorongil has bidden it, I shall obey. I swear upon the lives of my sons and my brother that I shall never speak of this again. I shall hold you to your word, my lady, for the fate of Gondor may rest on it. Very well. I was fighting inland here against the Corsairs and Southrons, and a wave of dread passed over all that battled. I stood firm, unwilling to abandon the city to the enemy, but the others, they fled. All of them, my men, the Southrons, and the Corsairs. And then I saw it, the banner of the king and a vast, terrifying force that followed him. There were men, yes, but all forms of the dead walked amongst them and fought alongside their captain. When he lifted his helmet, I knew his face at once. Thorongil had returned, and I swore myself to his service at once. Onward we fought into the east until we reached Pelargir. The Corsairs held it entirely and would not have been moved if not for him. The dead swept over the entire Corsair force and drove them into the great river. For the deed, he freed the dead from their curse, and now sails upriver to the White City on the Corsairs' empty ships. The enemy knows not of his plan, and they must not learn of it until it is too late. This is beyond belief, and yet I hear truth in your voice. I shall not endanger my brother or Thorongil, I swear it. I trust that you will not, Tyrannus. I cannot delay any longer, my lady. I must return to my men before any more time is lost. Angbor. Thank you. Do not thank me yet. Remain here for a time, Kippen. The lady shall have need of you. Of this, I am certain. Alright, so he's taken off.
What is the meaning of this?
I know we have had disagreements, but you will honor Angbor's charge, won't you? I hope I did not make you wish to leave so soon. I fear for the people of Lebanon, and your aid could prove invaluable. You will remain in Tumladen for a while, will you not? So she took that well. For whatever reason, it felt like it was getting set up like she was going to betray everybody, but she seems pretty genuine so far.
Why do you interrupt me?
I am sorry for the manner of our meeting, Kippen. Surely you realize my threats were empty and born only out of desperation. I welcome any aid that you can offer to my people. Alright, let me take a look at some of these. Definitely nowhere near as good as what I have right now. So 3 quests here, huh?
Why do you interrupt me?
You know well of my interest in the war, Kippen. However, I am particularly curious about the affairs of my brother, Denethor, and my sons in Minas Tirith. My sons have sent me many letters here in Tumladen, but as soon as all the folk arrived, the letters stopped. I do not know if some terrible fate befell one of Minas Tirith's couriers upon the field, or if war reached the city so soon. My sister, nay, the men of Lothar saw a courier across the Eroe, but he has not arrived since. Search the roads east of Tumladen and tell me if the courier still rides for Tumladen.
What is the meaning of this?
It is true that none of our foes have yet made an assault against Tumladen, but I believe it to be only a matter of time. In the past days, I have seen the guards speaking to the people and abandoning their posts for hours at a time. And for what? To speculate about the fate of Minas Tirith and the truth of the Battle of Pelargir. Such matters are not of their concern. If only they knew the truth, they would know how important it is that it remain secret. I have a mind to scold them for their foolishness, but instead, I leave this matter to you.
I beg your pardon.
I have heard reports of the Haradrim scouting their way up the hill towards the beacon of Minlos, and I worry for the folk of Arnok. It is home to many warriors, but as with our own, so many have gone to my brother's aid in Minas Tirith. The Haradrim have not made a move against Tumladen, but perhaps that is not their purpose in Upper Lebanon. Whatever the truth of the situation, they hasten to the east across the Eroe, and if they succeed in their assault through Arnok. I ask you this, rout the Haradrim and ensure the safety of the people of Arnok. Okay. Let's go start tackling some of these quests, move things along. Should have probably just gotten on my regular steed, but that's alright. What's the harm in a bit of speculation? No, this is why I hate the war steed. I'm stuck in here. Alright, fine. Let's go this way. You know what? I'm dismounting. Getting on the regular pony. Were not you there for the Battle of Pelargir? Why keep such heroics a secret? I love these cities in Gondor that are kind of split up by the river. I think that's very cool. If you look at a world map, pretty much every major city in the world is by a river. It's no coincidence. I hear that the steward sent his son back to Osgiliath. Would not such a charge be folly? You know what? I am not going to turn that quest in. I'm going to go do all the other ones. That way I'm not running back and forth like a fool. And actually, I should probably cross the bridge here. And I will get on the war steed here because it looks like I'm going to have to ride outside of town. And I just want to get as much speed bonus as I can. I need to find some crossings, okay, and defeat Haradrim. Search for the missing courier. Looks like I ran by a quest ring. I didn't see anything, though. You see a fallen rider and horse in the distance. There you go, the slain messenger. Not good. The courier tried to escape the Haradrim, but was felled as he fled. So he's got a few letters about him. And doesn't look like it can actually read them. That's okay. And let me actually head to the crossing. And then I'll kill Haradrim there. That way I can advance 2 quests for the price of 1. What that is over there. What city that's going to be. It's pretty epic. On the hill overlooking the river. Haradrim threatened to overrun the crossing of Erwi. Definitely gonna just butcher all these guys. So nice doing one-hit kills here. Except for this guy. Got a... There's an armor. Interesting. Okay. Talk to Angbor, and then I gotta defeat Haradrim near Minlos. So that's gonna be a little bit further to the north. But also, to turn in this quest, it's actually not that far. It's right here. He has moved locations.
Very good, my friend.
You have disrupted the preparations of the Haradrim, and my men will be able to cross the airway without fear of the southern fortifications. Even a force of 4,000 can suffer many losses when attacking a much smaller force, provided the smaller force has time to prepare.
Let us go to the meeting of the roads south of Imloth Melwi.
Lothernok is a land of beauty, but we must not slow our steps and admire its sweet-smelling flowers. There will be time enough for that when this war is won. We must go to Minas Tirith. The fields of Pelennor outside the White City are encircled by a great wall, the Ramas Ekor, through which we must pass. The south gate in the Ramas is located in the haven of Harlond. That is where we must go. First, we will do as Aragorn requested and see how fares the settlement of Imloth Melwi to the north along the road. There is a meeting of roads just to the south of Imloth Melwi in Lothernok. Let us go there and assess the situation. Okay. So that's going to be all the way over there. But I don't think I'm ready to transition yet. I still need to do a lot of work in Tumladen, I would imagine. I think once I turn in all these quests, more will open up, as they usually do in this game. It's never a one-step process. And again, forgive me if I am a little bit sloppy and slow with my combat. I am trying to get used to all my new gambit rotations since the Warden update. If you don't recall from the last episode, I talked about how I basically did a lot of research in the Warden and really experimented with a bunch of gambits and rotations and things like that. And I realized I want to try some different things that I have not been doing previously compared to my other playthrough. Or, what am I talking about? Compared to my previous experience in the playthrough. So I am getting used to this new style. I'm digging this offensive strike here, though. Like I said, it doesn't put a bleed, but it does much more damage up front. And when I'm over leveled like this, it's so much better because I'm basically one-shotting these guys for the most part. Or I can do this combination strike, which is very nice as well, which is the next step in the chain. Whereas before, I don't know if you guys pay too much attention to the gambits that I'm actually doing. I would imagine some of you who play a Warden might look at that, but before I was doing the War Cry, the Surety of Death line, which it does less damage up front, but puts a nasty bleed on the enemies. So it's this one right here, so War Cry. As you can see, it doesn't do much damage, but then the enemy bleeds out. But I'm really enjoying this line here. Okay. So now I'm done with all this. Let me go ahead and teleport back to Tumladen, turn all these quests in. Yeah, let me get on the War Steed. I keep forgetting how big it is. How far from one end to the other. It's nice. Chunky 4 quests to turn in. I'll take it.
What is the meaning of this?
This is most concerning. One of them has been too badly smudged to read, and the other two make me fear for my brother and my sons. Lord Faramir and his rangers were sent to Osgiliath and failed, but my brother has sent them forth again. Has he taken leave of his senses? What fate will befall Denethor City if Lord Angbor and Aragorn did not reach it in time? I must think on this, Kippen.
I beg your pardon.
I see how you look at me, Kippen. You know that I would not be so easily dissuaded from my curiosity, and you wonder how I could be so bold to demand that others abandon theirs. You see, these men are not like me, and you would do well to remember that. They hold their position here to protect the people, not to spend their days engrossed in speculation. Alright, very good. And I think that's going to do it for this episode. Looks like I got a couple more quests to turn in elsewhere, but I will do that and continue all the fun in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Leave a like on the video. See you next time.
Thanks for stopping by the Renaissance Gaming Monastery. I hope you join our community on Discord and Twitter. These videos are produced with a lot of hard work and love. If you think they're worth $1, I'd be grateful for your contribution. You can send a thanks donation or become a member on YouTube. You can also support through PayPal, Patreon, or even with cryptocurrency. All links are in the description. See you on the next video.